Here's just the quick short recipe for a sauce I've been making and perfecting, and I think I've gotten it down. So here is 1 cup of, this is a coconut milk and almond milk mix, and it is a coconut milk that uses coconut cream. It is 1 cup of it. So I'm getting the flame started. I want to heat it up because then it turns into a cream easier. What I'm going to do now, I'm using Masa, just corn flour. Of course, nobody else has to use Masa. So I'm trying to do about half a cup. It's probably more than I really need. So this water is warm. I don't want it to be too warm. I'm going to have to add more than half a cup for this though. So I'm going to pour in half a cup. And I'm going to stir it a little bit. Wish I get a better grip on this. As you can, oh jeez, how am I going to do this? Okay. As you can see, it's getting pretty doughy. And this is just a slurry, because I'm avoiding using oils and stuff. I'm gonna put a little more water in. Right? Not another half a cup. Like, say 1/4 of a cup. Oh, I should have showed that. If you don't care about health, you can use like oil and vegan butter and stuff, but I care about my health to some degree. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some, I'm going to get a spoon instead. That kind of spoon. Alright, so I'm going to put some of this in here. Oh shoot. Get some of this, there's a good spoonful. Right, and then, oh, it's really hot. I'm going to put 2 spoonfuls in for now. I might end up needing to use like the whole thing. I think last time I made it, I needed to use like the whole thing, but I didn't really cook it at a high heat and really prepare it. So now I'm just gonna stir it in. Is there a light around here? Oh, we have another light here. Oh, I thought they had another light here. Alright, so you just stir it in. So what I'm looking for is a thicker sauce, which means we're gonna have to put more of it in. I'll do another 2 spoonfuls. I'll keep doing this and I'll keep stirring until it thickens. I just need somewhere to put that there. Okay. Now I might have added a little too much water to the masa because This slurry is supposed to be what really makes it like thicken up into a sauce. And like I said, you can add oil or vegan butter if you want to do that and make an actual roux instead. But roux is not the healthiest thing in the world, so I try to avoid it whenever possible. You know, it's not so good for your health. Oil and butter aren't the best thing for your health. And so what I hope to get out of this recipe is like a thick, creamy, like kind of like a bechamel, like a kind of a creamy, what do you call it? Like herby, a creamy, herby, but tangy flavor. Since this is going to be like a vegan mustard bechamel, but I'm also going to make it spicy. And right now, it's already starting to thicken up a little. So that's good. And that's because of the heat more than anything else. Okay, I'm going to turn it off for a minute and bring it back. But the idea is just to have it on high heat and to stir until it thickens some more. And then once it thickens, once it starts to thicken, I'm going to turn it down a little and add the other ingredients. And then at the end, I'll probably thicken it up a little more. Okay, so here I've turned it down. I've got it pretty nice and creamy. But I'm going to be adding some acidic things to it later, so it's not going to stay so thick. So I'm going to need to thicken it again at the end. I also had to put one more spoonful of the slurry inside of it. I just put one more though, so that's 5 spoonfuls of it overall, and there's still a good amount left. So at the end, I'll still be able to thicken it up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of black pepper. I'll take 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Throw it in. Okay, and my light turned off. I'm gonna mix it in. And what the black pepper is supposed to do is, even though it's a pepper, it will actually kind of texture the cream in the milk, and it'll, the last 2 times I added it, it brings out like the sweetness of the milk, and that's what it's supposed to do, and that's what it did the last 2 times, even though it's a pepper. And I've never added salt, and I've never added oil, and I've never added butter to this recipe. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to check it to make sure that it came out the way that I wanted it to. Make sure that it has the properties that I was hoping for. Yeah. Okay, I'd say that's good. I don't feel like it brought out the sweetness the way I wanted it to, but it definitely gave it the spicy peppery flavor, and I can definitely taste the sweetness from the milk. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut up one jalapeno, and this is a good sized jalapeno, I think. Last time I added one, it was about that size, maybe a little bit bigger, and it was, with the black pepper, it was nice and spicy. I'm also going to cut up 3 pickles. Last time I did 2 pickles of this size instead of 3 pickles, but these pickles are a little bit smaller overall, so I'm doing 2 of the smaller ones and 1 of the bigger ones, and that will hopefully give it some more of the sour tangy taste, and at the same time it'll be very healthy, because pickles are like you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they have like, I want to say they have culture or something, or they're like probiotic. They're similar to yogurt. Correct me, because I could be wrong about that, but I think they have like bacteria that's good for your gut and stuff like that. And spicy stuff is supposed to be good for your heart. Capsaicin or capsin. Although I'm not sure if jalapenos have that. Anyway, I'm gonna mince both of them as small as I can. Okay, so I got them all minced up. I actually left the pickles in pretty big chunks. One, because I feel like the knife wasn't cutting as well as it could. And also because I remember last time I had them diced a little thinner, a little smaller, a lot smaller. And even though the flavor was there, I just feel like getting more of the chunks would have been more exciting. And the jalapeno, I could have minced further. Honestly, I just didn't feel like it. If you have a machine that you can use, like a mincing or a pulverizer or something, you could just use that. It'd be a lot easier. I would do them at the same time. I'm gonna add them both into this bowl, both of them at the same time. I'm gonna put them both in the sauce at the same time. Okay, so here's the sauce. So I see what I've done wrong in this recipe is I had more milk last time. However, I'm gonna like this because I like it thick. But honestly, it should probably be twice the amount of milk. Almond milk, coconut milk mix, whatever you decide to use. It should be twice the amount. It should be the slurry. It should be twice the amount of slurry. But it should be the same amount of everything else. This, like 1 jalapeno, 2 medium pickles, or 1 medium and 2 small pickles. Although the black pepper might have to be bumped up from 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. And right now, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of mustard, or half of a cup of mustard. Okay. I'm going to mix that in. I'm mixing it with one hand and nothing holding the... I'm still perfecting this recipe, so I'm going to have to come back and make this video another time with more perfect proportions. But it should start to loosen up because the mustard's a little more acidic than... well, the pickles have a lot of acidic property too, vinegary properties. Now I gotta test to make sure that I got a good... Maybe I'll just rename this something else. Maybe it won't be a sauce anymore. Maybe it'll be like a new condiment, like a new vegan condiment. Where'd the spoon go? Oh, the spoon was right there. So now I'm gonna taste. Yeah. Oh, that's intense. That is spicy. That is very spicy. I would actually do half a jalapeno, unless you love spicy stuff. Actually, for 2 times this, for the bigger, for the more milk, which shouldn't be quite as thick, I would do the same amount, 1 jalapeno. If you don't like spicy stuff, I would do half a jalapeno, to be honest. I think the proportion of mustard, I think it could be a little less mustard. So I think instead of 1/4 of a cup of mustard, I think I could have done 1/8 of a cup of mustard, and that would have been fine. Now what I have here is 1/8 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. This should loosen it up a little. Well, this will loosen it up a lot. This is why I was saying I'm probably going to need to thicken it again. However, with how thick it ended up being in the first place, I don't think I'll actually need to. But however, because of this, I think actually my proportions were correct. Because as you see, it's loosening up a lot, but it's still pretty saucy, pretty thick. Even for a sauce, it's pretty thick. It's more like a cream. I don't even know what kind of cream I'd call this. But looking at it now, I would say that this is more of how I wanted it to be, because I like my sauces thick. My final ingredient, 1/3 of a cup of parsley. The fresher you can get that parsley, the better. This actually might be way too much. However, it's not perfect. And I think it won't be that much once it's all mixed in. It just looks like a lot. Ew. Not the prettiest looking sauce, is it? It's turned into more of a cream. I would do twice the amount, but the same amount of ingredients of pretty much everything else. No, I would scale it up by 1/4, but not by 2, by 1.5 times. So instead of a cup, I would do 1.5 cups of the milk. I think that would give it a better look too. So the only thing I need to do is improve how this looks, because it does not look amazing. This is like a Shrek sauce, like a vegan Shrek sauce. It looks good to me, actually. And for the final taste test. Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. I personally love it. So that's it. This is what it can look like on bread. This is why I like it to be thick. This is why I personally try to make things thicker, because you can put them on breads and thicker, because you can put them on breads and stuff.